Hey everyone, how's it going? Just wanted to make a quick video and get a few things off my chest that are now weighing on me a little bit, and that's in regards to Pastor Steven Anderson and the things that he's now currently dealing with, which I think at this point, with the latest that I've heard of what's going on, daily, sometimes multiple times a day, government agencies coming to his home, harassing him, chasing all these false reports that some really wicked people, including some of his own children, are now engaged in. And for the past few weeks now, anybody who's followed what's going on, who knows what's happening, they know that there's been a lot of allegations thrown around. You can't go on YouTube now without just literally just dozens of videos popping up with people mirroring and kind of echoing these false allegations that have been made against him. He's a great friend and a great father from what I've seen from the 5 years, and based on a lot of other people's testimonies, including his own mother and sister and people in his own family. And you know, this is getting crazy, but I think we're seeing more and more what's happening is that what is probably one of the most successful ministries in the country, in the United States. I'm in the UK right now, but I mean, compared to anything that's going on here, there's no comparison. And I don't really think there's really anything to compare it to in the US as well. I mean, we don't know what's going on all around the whole world, but let's just say that Faithful Word Baptist Church has probably reached more people in the past 15 years than all the other IFB churches in America combined. I mean, I don't know, that might be a bold statement, it might be hyperbole, but it's probably not far from the truth. And there is a spiritual battle going on right now, and a lot of people are fighting it via secular means and via political means, political strategy, making a big deal. We've got supposedly some big election coming up. I mean, if there's enough Americans stupid enough to vote for Kamala Harris, then you know what, maybe that country deserves her as a president. I don't think that's going to happen, but I digress. My point being is that none of that really matters in the end. What matters is we're in a spiritual battle. Donald Trump's not going to fix it. He's not fighting it. He's the furthest thing from a righteous leader. And so really, where's the battle at? The battle's on the ground here. The battle's over souls. And you know what? Like, all these pastors, including Pastor Tommy McMurtry, the other guys who 10 minutes ago were more than happy to be associated with Pastor Anderson. And even, I'll tell you what really disgusts me is people like Pastor Joe Jones of Shield of Faith Baptist Church, I think that's what the church is called, who goes out in a post and said, even if all these allegations turn out to be false now, it doesn't matter. At this point, it doesn't even matter. Pastor Steven Anderson needs to step down. I mean, so if you're that, I mean, I was blown away by that. I mean, I've never been blown away by the guy or his preaching. I think he's one of those guys like how Steven Spielberg comes up with a movie poster and then writes a story around it. I think he comes up with a sermon title and then tries to write a sermon around that title. It's clickbait garbage, and the guy can't preach, and he doesn't make any sense half the time anyway. But sorry, I don't want to get into bashing good man of God who, you know, none of us would know who the hell they were if it weren't for Pastor Anderson in the first place. And I would tell you this is a man, speaking of Pastor Anderson now, who has got a lot of grace, and he and his wife are some of the friendliest people probably you'll ever meet, despite what the reports you get online. And if they're guilty of anything, it's being too nice to people and being too friendly and extending too much grace, because they've just been stabbed in the back over and over and over. And you know, going back to Pastor McMurtry, I was very friendly towards him, and not that he needs my friendship or needs anything from me, but I mean, despite the fact that I know that he's a bit of a enemy of the new IFB and all that, you know, I was friendly with him. My wife and I were friendly with him and his wife on Facebook, whatever. We live in England, so we're not, you know, at one point we thought we might even move out there and go to their church, which of course is not going to happen now. But yeah, I mean, this is a guy, Pastor McMurtry, who's like, it's like he lives in bizarro land. Here's this great church and this great preacher, and you may have personal problems with him, but he's doing so much for God, and you want to just throw him under the bus, and you want to collect all the rejects and the swamp critters and the trolls and the bridge goblins and the, whatever else, heretics. You want to get a big gathering of them around you to attack Pastor Steven Anstey. Well, go ahead. You deserve all those people. Those are the only way you're going to get followers anyway. But I just want to say, wrapping this up, I love Faithful Word Baptist Church. I love Pastor Anderson. I think he's done some great things, and I think he's going to continue to do great things, and he just needs prayers from people. He needs your support financially, however you can help out. And let's get on the Lord's side on this, because I guess I tell you what, at this point, anybody who's been paying attention, if you can't see that this is a spiritual attack that's going on right now, your head is in the sand and you need to get on the right side of things. So God bless.